Hiya, my name is Paul and I'm shooting this video for you and a friend of mine called Tom. Now, something you need to know about Tom, he's the kind of guy that can send me an email and in one sentence use the words underpants, sheep and pink tutu and not have me running around screaming. So he sent me this email and said, Paul, can you recommend a good mobile phone that has a video camera installed in it that I can use just for general day-to-day stuff. Now, the thing is, Tom has got some young kids and is getting to the stage now where he wants to sort of film them for friends and family around the world. You know, the usual kind of thing, messing about with the dog, running around the park, chucking balls, playing around in the garden, school plays, all that kind of thing. So I said to Tom, yeah, I can do that, but there's one proviso. I only have one phone, and that's the Galaxy S7. So I'm really happy to sort of go through this phone with you, show you how it works as a video camera, but I can't compare it with other phones because I've only got the one phone. So he said, yeah, okay, no worries, Paul, I'm happy with that. So just show me what it can do. So I went out and about into Folkestone, where I live, and shot the phone sort of pretty much out of the box. Now at the moment I've got it on a tripod and I'm using an external microphone, so hopefully my gorgeous hunky sexy voice is sounding pretty crisp and clear. But when I'm shooting out in Folkestone town and by the seafront, that kind of thing, I'm using the phone as it came out of the box, so with no stabilization apart from what came with the phone, and also with no microphone apart from what it came with. With that bearing in mind, one other proviso, I am not Steven Spielberg. I'm better looking than him, but I'm not as rich as him and don't shoot movies like he does. So if you're expecting the next Star Wars epic or some really uber streetwise kind of music video, you're not going to get that either. This is just me and my phone and a down and dirty video about what it can and can't do. I'll come back at the end and go through some sort of points that I want to make to you. Some conclusions really to let you know what I think about this phone. And at the end of that, if you've got any questions or queries, you can always sort of drop me a line via the comments. So I'll see you later. I'm using this phone as it came out the box. No fancy apps purchased from any kind of app store, no external microphones, no tripods. I'm using this handheld with one hand because my other arm got banged around in a little accident I had a couple of weeks ago. And well, that's pretty much it. So we're going to walk around Folkestone, lovely sunrise there, and show you what this camera can and can't do. It is the Lees, and I'm just walking, nice normal kind of pace, give you an idea of what the stabilisation does. And there's the memorial. And there's another view of the arch. Okay, so we are back in Folkestone, still in Folkestone. I've come to one of my favourite little statues here to do a bit of zooming. So I'm going to zoom in now and show you the manual version of zooming and how close you can get and still stay in focus. Which is probably around about there. Which is, if we're going a bit closer, there's out of focus there, come back out. It's about 3 or 4 inches, well, 6 centimetres, something like that, maybe 10 centimetres. Now my voice is not normally this kind of gravelly, but I've been struggling a bit with the injury and colds and things, and I'm in a bit of a pain relief, so I might be sounding a little bit gravelly and grumpy. I'm not such a grumpy person really, I'm a happy chappy, but just the way the voice is today. So this is the old high street. We're going to be walking down there. There's no stabilisation on this because I'm using the top quality, the highest quality. I'll show you my favourite little tapas bar. There's a little poster here, see how that looks. and the mysterious stairs up to Neverland. So this is going to be the proper walkway. A temporary one at the minute. So this is the old Orient Express. For those of you that are old enough like me, you might remember this fancy train called the Orient Express, which used to do London to Paris and London to Vienna and nice sort of trips like that. And the train would come all the way down here and transfer onto a boat and sail across and pick up on the other side. The last train on a commercial service to Folkestone Harbour, which is, well, along there, was in about the 90s. There's the infamous or famous Grand Bursting Hotel. One thing we haven't done, and Tom did ask me to do this, is the old swing around really fast to see how dizzy I can make you. So you ready? 3, 2, 1. See how steady that holds. You dizzy yet? I am. I'm going to stop that. So back into the office and meet a couple of my mates, Jake and Elwood, and see what a bit of movement goes on. Live action footage. So this is Elwood, and he's just buggered off. Where's he gone? There he is. So he's a Dago, and his mate, who's Jake, is up in the corner there. And again, I'm not adjusting the focus here, so I'm just letting the camera do its thing. And no tripod. So not natural light. There's no light in my bathroom. It's just a big fluorescent light. So we're getting rained on, and it's still going. And it's getting heavy rain now. Heavy rain, still going. You still see me. I'm back. So you've seen the footage and hopefully you found that really useful. What I'd like to do now is to just run through some sort of conclusions and highlight a few points that I really like about this phone and a couple of things that are not so good. I really like the dual camera. Remember, that's the little thing sort of where you have a box here and the camera uses both the front facing camera and the rear facing camera at the same time. It's a really neat effect. You can actually enhance that a little bit more. You've got some different shapes and things and you can move it around the screen, that kind of thing. The next thing I really like about this phone, with a big but, is the slow motion facility, or the application, whatever you want to call it. It is really cool, really smooth, really syncly, maybe maybe a sort of slightly too slow. But the two things I really don't like about this, first of all, is you actually have to slide across and go click on the slow-mo. And then when you finish shooting the slow-mo section, you've got to go in and actually process by highlighting across the bottom of your screen the section of film that you want to run into slow-mo, and then hit process, and then you've got your slow-mo. So you actually have to sort of then edit that into your footage, which is not ideal if all you want to do is sort of spend 10 minutes shooting your kids and do a bit of slow-mo. So that needs some work. The next thing I like, which is really good, is you can get really up close to an object, to a person, to a plant, to a coin, whatever. I mean, in the footage that I shot, there's this really cool statue that I love, and we zoomed in really close. You can see a lot of detail without actually zooming in. And what I mean is bringing the camera closer to the subject rather than trying to do the old, finger slicing digital zoom. And I'll come back to that in a second. And you can get really close. One of the things I really don't like about this phone, and basically all phones in general, is the in-house or the digital zoom. And you'll see this footage that I'm showing you now. Originally, I was going to sort of do the conclusion with you looking at my kitchen window. Now, my kitchen window has a massive, boring brick wall on one side and the corner of my apartment on the other side. So I thought, well, I'd zoom in so you can see city life whizzing past my window. But it's horrible. I am zoomed in to the maximum and it is grainy. It's just, grey. It's all yucky. So please, 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 please never, ever, ever use the zoom. So the digital zoom. I also shot some footage of the cormorants that I sort of found lazing around in the sun, and the sort of what we call the Sunny Sands beach, the only sort of part of Folkestone beach that has some sand. The rest is all covered in sort of protective pebbles and stones and rock and that kind of thing. So it gets really maxed out in the summer, but as you can see today, there's only a couple of people around there because it's quite early in the morning and it's quite cold. So my recommendation is, where you need to zoom, zoom with your feet, but don't use digital zoom because it just doesn't look very nice. What else have I got to say? The sound quality. The sound quality when you're just using the external microphone is okay, but it's not brilliant. You've heard that throughout the footage that I've shot. It's just okay. And again, that's something that happens to be standard with all the phones. Until they can develop the technology that can make the sort of the audio quality that much better, you're still going to need some kind of external mic to get the best possible sound out of your phone. The shower scene. Did you like that? Tom did ask me if the phone worked in the rain, and in Folkestone it rains a lot, but on the day that I actually shot this footage, it didn't actually rain. It was quite a beautiful day. So I thought to myself, well, how can I sort of simulate the rain? And the only way I could do that without sort of breaking the phone, or trying not to break the phone because I need the thing, was to put it through the shower. So I put it into the shower, put it all the way in, and you can actually see that it does work. Now, would I take this out in a monsoon? No, because it's not designed for that. A light shower, a bit of a few raindrops, that kind of thing. Would I immerse this in water without some kind of protection? Absolutely not. This is my phone and I need it, so I'm not going to take that risk. But a light shower, absolutely fine. So that is it. If you've got any questions, anything that I've missed, I mean, there are all sorts of other bits and pieces you can do with this phone. There are filters, you can do GIFs and other bits and pieces, but I didn't really go over them because that's not really what Tom was after. Hope you found this useful. Please, any questions or comments, put them down below, and like, share, friend, thumbs up, thumbs down if you don't like it, whatever. Just spread the love, yeah, because you're worth it and I'm wonderful. Thanks for watching. Have a great day and I'll talk to you soon. Bye now.